All right. Excuse me. Next up, New England Patriots, San Francisco 49ers. It is where the hell is he? 18th best matchup for Brock Purdy, 16th for Jacoby Brissett. We hope it's Jacoby Brissett. Good Lord, please, against the San Fran defense, don't let it be Drake May for his own safety. He'll get Zach Wilson here. I have Brock Purdy as my QB 15 on the week, and Jacoby Brissett, what's the lowest number I ranked to? 34. That's the lowest number I ranked to for quarterbacks. What do you guys got?
Yeah, I mean, like, San Francisco hasn't been that good against quarterbacks to start the season early. Obviously, we expect that to change a little bit because the defense is still really good, but they're middle of the pack. They're 16th in fantasy points allowed. So, Brissett, the issue is I just don't trust this offense. So he's going to be in the bottom of the barrel. Like, for as long as he's starting, it just kind of is what it is. He doesn't have much upside. So, yeah. And Purdy's, I think, QB 13, 14 for me. Yeah, he's right there. Like, borderline QB1 this week.
Yeah, I'm pushing Purdy down. He's my QB 20 at the moment. I just don't think they need him to do anything here against this team. We saw New England last week against, I believe it was the Jets, right? They scored 3 points. This is a similar defense. They're not going to be able to do much. Maybe they get to 10, 13 points, but they're not going to need Purdy. Mason, he's not going to throw 3 touchdowns this game. I don't think so. He's my QB 20. Jacoby Brissett, we were debating off air before whether you'd rather start Jacoby Brissett or Taylor Heineke of the Los Angeles Chargers, assuming he starts this week. We picked Heineke. So
not even close.
Drop Brissett. Just drop it. Why?
Yeah,
running backs, 12th best matchup for Ramondre, 18th for Jordan Mason. I think I have Mason at 8, and I have Ramondre as 26. I think I'd like to move Ramondre up. I get it. This is a tough, maybe not. You know what? 26 is fine. They're going to have to pass. They're going to be down. San Fran's a good defense. So 8 and 26 is where I have these two. I don't really have any interest in Antonio Gibson. Garendo's a stash for me. What do you guys think of the running back situation here?
Yeah, I put Ramondre at RB20. I'm kind of fine with that. I think he's going to be involved in the game this week. Like, they tried to involve him, just it was a nightmare game for him. Everything went wrong. So I expect him to bounce back. His usage is still really good. And yeah, Mason's on the 49ers offense. He's going to be an RB1 until CMC comes back.
Yep. Ramondre 27, Mason at 13. I like Brian Robinson's matchup more. I like Achane. I like Cook. So I just pushed him down a little bit because he's facing a stout front, but you fire him up.
The receivers in this one, it is the 9th best matchup for whoever the hell is playing receiver for the 49ers. 7th best matchup for whoever the hell is playing receiver at the Patriots. This one's tough to project because we don't know who the hell's starting. Ayuk, I have the highest. If Debo plays, he's the next highest. I don't really want anyone else. If you manage, I have Juwan Jennings as like 31 right now. That's a placeholder. The second I find out Debo's back, I'm wiping him right off my board, like down to 50. Mm-hmm. I have no interest in anyone here besides Ayuk and Debo. I get it. If you got Juwan Jennings, sell high to someone who thinks maybe, he can do this again. But for me, it's Ayuk in this game and then Debo. What do you guys think?
Just right out the Juwan Jennings things. He's going to be a wide receiver too, as long as he's playing in this role and when those guys are out, right? So I'm fine firing him up. And then Ayuk, he should bounce back. It was a Jennings game last week. We should expect the issue is he has Christian Gonzalez this week. So we'll see if he shadows him or not. Christian Gonzalez is a good defender, but we saw DK Metcalf. He torched Christian Gonzalez. It's entirely possible that could happen with Ayuk because he's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Yeah, fire up both 49ers. You could do DeMario Douglas, I guess, if you want and expect him trailing, but I'm just not interested in any Patriots pass catching.
Yeah, agree with that point, and agree with the Juwan Jennings point. He's probably more likely to do what you expected him to do last week before he went absolutely off. He was a back end flex where he was the last guy that you could flex. And it worked out for you this week. It could work out for you again, but don't assume he's going to get in the end zone.
So tight ends, it's the worst matchup for Hunter Henry. If you're playing him, you're praying for a garbage time touchdown. Middle of the pack matchup for George Kittle. I have him at 12. I don't know what he's going to be doing here. If he plays, if we get word that he's playing, I will move him up, and he's going to be 3 for me if I get word that he does play. If not, then he's out. You're not playing Henry here. It's Kittle or bust, basically.
Yeah, if Henry's usage dramatically declined last week, and that's the whole issue with him. Like, I don't know why they shifted out from going to him, because he was a featured part of that offense and he was breaking the war and the warp scale and all that stuff. And then week 3 happens and they're like, we're not going to do Henry anymore. So it's really hard to trust Henry at this point. Like, you fire up Kittle just because he's George Kittle and you know how good he is, but I really don't want to play Henry. Like, I'm a little terrified of him this week.
Yeah, and I think Kittle, has a chance, but if he's injured and hobbled, I might consider a few other guys over him.
Mm-hmm.
I do think he's going to play because he's he's an animal. He's going to want to play, and the 49ers have lost 2 straight, so they want him to play as well.
If he's out this week, where would you guys fire up Saubert?
Who?
The backup tight ends.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm glad you understood what he was saying, because I thought you were talking about Seibert, the kicker for Washington. I was like, how does this affect Seibert? I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you win.
He would touchdown dependent tight end. Like,